everybody. Welcome to the Abroaders Travel Podcast, your weekly meetup with thousands of entrepreneurs, hustlers, creators, nomads, ninjas, wanderers, and world changers, all seeking to build the skills and connections to live a life without borders. If you want to learn more about what we do or download our entire podcast archive, check out the website, abroaders.com. Happy Wednesday morning, and welcome to another episode of the Abroaders Podcast. This is episode number 100. Airing on Wednesday, December 9th. I'm Eric, checking in from Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, and with my good friend and partner, AJ, in Detroit, Michigan. How you doing, man? Happy episode 100.
Happy episode 100, man. Boy, it really paid off with the naming convention on our website of the episodes, going with 001 as opposed to 01, because now we are...
You're right. It felt a little ridiculous all the way back there in Bali, Indonesia, with that ambitious 3-digit episode number getting posted.
Hey, man, you're a visionary. Now we got ourselves up until episode 1,000 until we have to worry about it. But that's I don't think that's something.
I think we're going to get there, though. I'd be willing to bet significant that we're going to get there.
I think so.
This is fun, man. I truly love it. It's been a great run so far, and I don't see this stopping anytime soon.
Man, what do you think? What do you think the future is going to look like with frequent flyer points, man? By episode 1,000, is there going to be is there going to be a new airline in the United States? I mean, is there going to be a new company that comes up and acquires somebody and is a completely new program? That's going to be
That's a brave new world, man. I mean, hey, it's going to be like 10 years at least, right? I mean, if we keep up this pace, it could be 15 years, 20 years. So,
well, think about this: 520 episodes is a decade. So
we got a ways to go. But I think we'll still be in the travel industry.
I agree, man.
All right, so we got a pretty cool episode today. We're going to talk a little bit about the Abroaders platform and specifically what we're working on for the app and a new membership that we're incredibly excited to launch to bring a lot more of you guys that are out there learning how to travel hack, learning how to use points. We want to bring you into the community and integrate everyone together so that we've got a way to share all of this knowledge on a more real-time basis and just help you accelerate your path to getting travel independence. So we're going to talk about what we got in store here and also run through some news and updates, a couple of big changes recently.
Yeah, big changes, man. Yeah, man, I was bummed I missed you in the last episode. I haven't really had a chance to fill you in about my flight experience back from Asia to the U.S., man. It was a very, very good experience, and I was actually happy my layover in Hong Kong paid off because I kind of did a little bit of a lounge bar hop in Hong Kong, and part of that was my inability to navigate the airport, just being a little tired from my early ass flight out of Saigon. But the Hong Kong airport is, as you'd imagine, it's modern, it's nice. In flying Cathay Pacific Business Class, which is a carrier based out of Hong Kong, that's their airport, that's their home base, so they definitely lounge up. And there's, I think, at least 3 lounges that you get, like 3 legitimate lounges that you get access to, and I visited all of those. That was pretty nice. I did a little bit of bar hop and a little bit of a Asian food tour as well.
Way to leave no stone unturned. What was your favorite lounge?
Man, I think it may have been the Wing. And part of it too is I got to the Wing when I was actually pretty hungry, and they had a pretty dominant noodle bar where they had an array of different noodles and Asian inspired cuisine there that was cooked to order, and it was really, really, really good. But I'm trying to think of the names of the other lounges, but it was nice, man. There's a slight difference. For some reason, one of the lounges had a nicer whiskey, so that was nice because I had a few cocktails before the flight. But man, a really good experience, as you'd expect and as you preached. But then again, you didn't fly business class; you flew first class, so there was a slight difference there. But the service in the flight was impeccable.
That's
I was
important
also
for a 15, 16-hour flight.
yeah, because my flight was from Hong Kong to Newark, and that's I think one of the top 10 longest flights in the world. So plowed through a little work, watched some movies, ate well, had a steak, shrimp and salmon appetizer, good dessert. Not really a dessert guy, but the dessert was quite good. And then yeah, the service was great. And I also lucked out where in my section there's only three passengers. So it was a pretty empty flight, at least in the comfy seats up front. And like I said, as you can imagine, the service was great. The I forget her name, but she was always there, ready to fill a drink, see if I needed anything. I think I went through like 10 hot towels
I'll tell
at
you, man,
least on the flight.
I can't wait to fly home on Friday. I'm so excited to take this flight. We were talking about this a little bit before we started recording, but this will only be the second time ever that I've flown business class with someone else. And I mean, it's nice. It's cool to do it on your own as well, but to be able to share the experience with another person, I think it was both of our first business class flight ever. I know it was my first one that we took on
Yeah.
land to South America.
Yeah, from New York to Santiago, man. And
Was that
that's a cool
2011, 12, something? It was a while ago.
Oh man, I think that was 2011. I remember we met up with Jaswit, some entrepreneur buddies in New York. We had a really long layover, and then yeah, we flew land business class from I think it was from JFK to Santiago. And I remember
And that was
we
the
had a,
old British Airways chart. That was before they
yeah
went distance based. It was their zone based, and they had a really nice partner.
yeah, and that was a bizarre experience too because I remember we stopped in Lima, Peru, and we stayed on the plane, and we're like some of the only people to stay on the plane and kind of hang out with the crew and kind of try to get out of their way while they cleaned it out. And then we went from Lima to Santiago. I'd never actually connected on a plane and stayed on the same plane and waited like while they cleaned it and serviced it. That was kind of funny.
All right, well let's. So we got a lot to cover here. I want to jump in and just do a couple of quick reminders about big changes. Just make sure that you guys are aware of what's going on with programs. American Airlines did a big change to their loyalty program. They changed to a price-based or a revenue-based earning style for frequent flyer points, so no longer based on how far you fly, and also changed their award chart. Not horribly significant. Definitely a bummer for the folks doing business class travel and first class. Those prices went up, and we're going to cover those changes in depth in our next episode. So we're going to get into what changed, what you should do. You've got until March 22nd, which actually the most important thing is if you don't have either the American Platinum Select card, the City Platinum Select, or the Advantage Business card, get those right now and get that spending done in time to redeem by the 22nd. There's absolutely no reason not to go after American points. There's still more than 90 days, so you should be able to earn the points and bank them and spend them on any travel in the next 330 days after March 22nd. So, we're going to go into the details, but now is definitely the time to stack up those American miles.
Yeah, pretty much American, just with a little bit of a market correction there. They'd been kind of marching proudly in front of everybody with just a very, very, very lucrative chart, and they're going to just become a little bit more like the others now.
Yep. One other one just to mention, British Airways is making a change on February 2nd. They are eliminating the 4,500-mile one-way segment for the super short flights. That's going to hurt us from Detroit to New York and actually affects more than 500 routes in the U.S. So, really a bummer. It's basically, it only applies to flights on American Airlines and on Alaska. So British Airways flights, Air Berlin flights in Europe, Cathay flights in Asia, those are all going to still have the 4,500. But basically with Chase just pumping that British Airways card and so many American citizens getting miles, British Airways changed the numbers, and so the minimum redemption is going to be 7,500, even on those super short flights, and that kicks in on the 2nd. So again, you've got almost through the end of the year, end of 2016, as far as travel dates go, if you book before February 2nd. So just be aware of that and try and get any of those short haul flights booked early.
And we got an acquisition. SPG was acquired by Marriott, and this is something's gonna get rolled out in mid 2016. What?
That's bad, man. I don't want to hit the panic button, but that just goes along with this American Airlines thing in the sense that if you've got SPG points, I think it's probably a very good idea to move them to American in time to use them on American before that change kicks in on the 22nd, because I think it's very unlikely that Marriott is going to continue the amazing, awesome airline transfer program that SPG has in place. We don't know how long. The details are definitely not out yet about how that integration is going to work, but Marriott bought Starwood Preferred Guest, and days are probably numbered on the largest transferable currency.
I guess time will tell. We've got some other news and updates here. There's actually a pretty big Amazon promotion this quarter. So this is 10x points on Amazon purchases this quarter with the Chase Freedom Card, correct?
Yes. So I did not know this. Usually the Chase Freedom Card has 5x points on different categories, and it looks like they've doubled down on it, and they're offering 10x points all the way through, let's see here, end of the year. Is that correct?
I mean, if it's holding true for Q4, that'd be until New Year's Eve.
So yeah, I just confirmed this bonus promotion is going from November 23rd through the 31st of December. So you are going to be able to get 10x on your Amazon spend. That's definitely a big deal if you've got the Freedom Card. I don't know that it's a reason that I would necessarily get the Freedom Card right now, but certainly has some value there. You can pick up some extra points, and if you have the Chase Sapphire or the Chase Ink card, you will be able to transfer those to Ultimate Reward partners like United and British Airways and Korean. So definitely worth being aware of, especially with holiday shopping season. It's always nice to be able to get extra rewards on tons of different types of purchases. Amazon sells everything.
Yeah, one thing to note on this is it is capped at $1,500, so that's 15,000 points, which is pretty great. And depending on what you need to buy or where you're at financially, I mean, and the thing I absolutely love about this is a way to acquire points with a bonus, shopping online at a place that actually offers the lowest prices typically. This is not a shopping portal that's going to mark up a TV like 15% or something crazy. This is Amazon. Everyone knows what Amazon is. They have everything, and it's often the best deal.
All right, so next update item, this one's going to be super quick, but I have asked AJ lots of times to get out the good old editing software and fix me up a ticket so that I've got Onward Travel. It's that super annoying pain in the ass. We won't let you get on the plane unless you can prove that you're going to leave the country, as if I really wanted to stay for the rest of my life in your country. There's a new website called Fly Onward that will give you, for $9.99, they will give you a legitimate ticket. You're basically renting a confirmed reservation with all of your information. They send it to you by email. You can print it out and use that as your documentation so that when you show up at the airport, like this happens all the time for AJ and I, especially going to Brazil, because we book one-way travel. We don't know exactly when we're coming back. It doesn't mean we're going to stay past our visa. It just means we don't want to make that plan because of change fees and things like that. So this service basically lets you create a ticket. You've got 24 to 48 hours to use that ticket by printing it out, and now you've got proof. So you can use this to apply for a visa, or you can use it when you go to the airport to show that you've got Onward Travel. Super good deal. I mean, I've done this like with editing in like Sketch and Evernote, and just like having AJ put it up in Photoshop, and it's just like not worth it. It's definitely worth $10 to just have a legitimate ticket.
Yeah, this is a pretty smooth service too. Chris Reynolds of the entrepreneurhouse.com, a little plug for him because he's just an awesome dude, does awesome stuff. Any entrepreneurs looking to chill in Rio and live with entrepreneurs and have this nice big shebang experience, he's organized something that I believe will be in February and March. Check out theentrpreneurhouse.com. But when I was in Barcelona doing theentrpreneurhouse.com, Chris actually used this because I forget where he was going, but he was going somewhere that you needed proof of Onward Travel. And I wish I had known about this before I got to Europe, because I had a little bit of a mad scramble to buy a refundable ticket and show some lady that I had my ticket. I can't believe I didn't look into that. But yeah, this is great. So that's flyonward.com for people that don't want to book that flight, but they need to prove that they've got a flight.
And I'm not sure if we actually mentioned this, but links for all these news items will be at abroaders.com/centennial. So that's where we're putting all the notes for this one. Happy 100. Speaking of 100, one last news item before we get into the core content today. There is a 100% bonus on purchased IHG points that's good through December 11th. So you're going to have just about 48 hours when this show airs to be able to take advantage of that. And the deal is you can max out the bonus. You have to buy a certain number of points, I think 50,000 to be able to get the full 100% bonus. And there's a lot of hotels, like if you buy 50,000 points, there's a lot of hotels that are in like the $400 to $600 range that can be booked for a 50,000 point award. So there's definitely a way that you can turn this into just a discounted, really high class hotel stay. Or on the other end of the spectrum, there are IHG hotels that are as low as 5,000 points per night. So you could potentially also stretch it into 10 nights for the price of, I think, $290 or so is what it would cost to buy 50,000 points with this bonus. So definitely worth considering if you've got IHG stays coming up. Probably wouldn't buy those points speculatively if you don't have something planned already.
Good advice, amigo. That's typically how buying points works. Speculatively, it is not a good move, but if you have redemption in mind, do the math.
Hey, one more thing I just want to mention, because I was just remembering that I got like 3 complaints last week about our sound quality, and I don't know if you can hear it, AJ, but I feel like I'm in the middle of a traffic circle here in Ho Chi Minh. So apologies for the quality of the sound. We're going to get it a lot tightened up coming up in the next few weeks. I'm going to be leaving Vietnam, headed back home. So thanks for sticking with us, but just wanted to make it super clear because the people that complained were like, hey, you should talk to your editors and tell them to like remove that noise. And our editor is a complete pro. Kate is awesome. And I don't think you'd be able to even hear us if she weren't in there doing the post-production. So thank you, Kate, for cleaning this up, and apologize to all you guys who are struggling through everybody proving how good their horns are here in Vietnam.
Yeah. All right, man. You want to get into the core content and tell the people what we've got brewed up for them, what we've got cooked up. This is pretty exciting. I'm pumped up about this, man. This is the first time that we're gonna offer the people something at a super low affordable price point that's got high impact, high value.
Yeah, I'm really excited as well. I mean, just to give a little bit of context and background, our strategy as a business was that we wanted to take sort of a high-level concierge approach to points and travel. We wanted to make it possible for someone to do the minimum amount of work and be able to leverage the power of their spending and the power of points and miles to get really cheap travel and get access to premium travel, business and first class. So that was like the vision that AJ and I originally talked about. And we always had this other plan, this other vision of building a platform and using what we learned walking a lot of people through this sort of high concierge, very white glove service, use that information to create a platform that would help a lot of people. And we've basically gotten to the point where we're ready to turn the corner and open up the knowledge that we've acquired to the mass market. We really, really badly want to fulfill our stated mission. If you look at our About page, we want to democratize travel. We want to make it more affordable for everybody. And what we realized is that even though we think there is a lot of value with the done-for-you concierge service, there's a lot of people out there that just cannot justify spending $350 to $500 for all of it done for you. And on top of that, there's a lot of people that really want to learn this skill. To be honest, it's fun. I mean, I understand if you've got a job and you got a ton of stuff that you're not in a position to spend the time to keep up with this. But what we've created and what we're going to talk about today is a platform to bring together the community at a really low price and get you guys access to the information, essentially all the information that we use to run our white glove service, and create this platform, this library of resources, and this online community where you guys can interact with each other. And so we're just going to kind of break that down and talk about what the new membership is. And this is going to be launching effective immediately. So we're taking enrollment for a monthly Abroaders membership. And one kind of final thing, we're going to talk in more detail about this too, but in the background, as we're building this community and offering the resources that we're creating and that we're using to book tickets for our concierge customers, we're also building a web platform. If you guys listened to a couple episodes back, we're in the process of hiring a CTO. We're in the process of mapping out our app. And so we're going to create an online tool that revolutionizes the way people use and the way people earn miles. And the people that join this membership and become a part of our paid community are going to be fundamental to influencing how we build this app. And that's what I'm really excited about.
Yeah, and to be clear, so what we're talking about right now is not the app, is not the platform we're building. This is going to be a premium community that is going to benefit from what will ultimately be features in an app that's completely automated. But this is going to be more of a membership site. This is not the application we're building, but the people that are members of this will play a crucial role in providing us feedback and ultimately helping us build the ultimate app that everyone is going to benefit from.
Very cool. Okay, so let's get into the first level. So the first thing that we decided is that we wanted to have the basic membership level be really affordable. We're not doing this part to make money. We want to get as many people into this as possible. So the basic membership is going to start at $7 a month. And we've got a couple of really key things that have come from our feedback from all of our friends, all of our community members that have said sort of the core things that would make their life easier in terms of points. So the first thing that we're doing is we're creating a exclusive community on Slack, which is a chat platform. So it'll be a live sort of chat room that you can discuss, ask questions, share strategies, and get feedback from other members. And it's also a place that we can post announcements in real time as things develop, as new opportunities for credit card signups, as news gets announced about changes. You won't have to wait for the next week's podcast, and we're going to be able to post a lot more detailed information in this community. And so it's basically going to be a forum where you can interact with other people that are earning and using points and miles, get your questions answered, and truly be able to sort of have an interactive approach to the way that you're learning how to use points.
Yeah, there's two things I absolutely love about this, and the first one is just getting in contact with community. We've got a lot of people who are in their own rights accomplished travel hackers, and the community has provided us enormous value in the forms of feedback and some stuff in the shows that we've shared before. There's some really sharp travel hackers in the community. Second thing I love about this is that Slack as a platform is amazing, and their web application is completely on point. It's easy to use, great user interface, and their mobile app is as good of a mobile app as I've seen for some type of communication tool. I mean, if you compare it to something like Skype, it's the little leagues versus the major leagues. This is it's a great tool. So you will have on your mobile device and on your computer always have access to the community and that free flowing information coming through.
So the other two components that we included in the basic plan are access to Award Wallet Pro and the ability to share your points with the Abroaders team. So with Award Wallet Pro, you get expiration dates on all your frequent flyer balances and a tool that updates all those balances automatically so you can see in one dashboard all the points that you have. And then we're also going to provide a monthly report, the top credit card opportunities that are out there, so the best offers for cards, and also any changes of frequent flyer programs, and in particular, our sort of projections and valuation on those points. So where things are going, and all this information is coming from all the live redemptions that we're doing every month. So that's all that's included in the basic. You're going to have access to Award Wallet Pro, access to a monthly report on cards and program changes, and then access to the Abroaders community, and a big impact on helping us build the Abroaders platform and starting to create an actual web-based tool that you can use for earning and redeeming points.
Yeah. Give us feedback if there's a feature, if there's some functionality you're dying to have, or something that you really want automated. Let us know, and there's a good chance if a few people raise their hand, they say, "Hey, we really want this," that we'll consider building that in the first version of our app.
Yep. All right, so we also created a second level of the membership, and this is absolutely for the people that are committed to learning how to do this, that want to acquire the skills to earn and use points and be autonomous with it. We talked to a lot of our sort of most advanced members and customers and listeners for the podcast, and we got a lot of really good feedback. And so what we decided to create and add to the basic membership is essentially a couple of key customizations and a huge library of the tools that we use internally to provide our white glove concierge service. So what we're going to do with the premium level of the membership is we're going to have a video library with all of the tutorials on how to book award tickets with each of the different programs, and then also basically a copy of all the bookmarks that we use in our internal processes. So these are bookmarks for looking up seats, looking up flight availability, looking up different aircraft, finding the rules for programs, finding the rules for cards, banks, basically everything that our team references to walk people through it. We're going to have a huge library that's available for you to be able to get the information that you need on demand. And so we basically just kind of opened up all of our internal tools for the premium membership. And then we've also got some customization stuff where you're going to be able to get alerts based on the points that you actually have and alerts based on the cards that you have. And so sort of the basic level, like if something very important changes with a program, you're going to find out about it. If something, if there's a great 100,000 point offer, a credit card sign up, you're going to find out about that. The more advanced level stuff is going to be specific to the cards you have and the points you have. And so you're going to get sort of a more customized report that tells you what you should be looking for and where the opportunities are going to be based on your unique situation, your travel plans, your points, and the cards you've got.
Man, I'm really excited to roll this out. And I mean, this is huge value for people. We're going to share a lot of things that we've spent a lot of time building and refining, and tools that we've chosen to stick with as opposed to throw out because they're buggy. So to recap that, the first plan starts at $7 a month. It doesn't start at $7 a month. It is $7 a month. So that's $7 a month. And like Eric said, you're going to get in that exclusive Abroaders community on Slack. So you'll have this free-flowing information and access to the community on your mobile device and your computer, where you can really ask and communicate anything you want. You're going to get Award Wallet Pro, it's a paid thing, but you'll get that for free, which has some added functionality and features for tracking your points. And then with that premium version, you're going to get that advanced library with all the tools. And the video tutorials, I think, are going to be huge because there's so much stuff going around, and I think people just prefer to see things when they're learning, especially using web tools. It's much more of an elegant solution than 10 screenshots and 1,000 words explaining how to do something.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, trying to figure out how to go through the process of searching for an award ticket using a couple of different websites, figuring out what routes you should be looking at, figuring out what airlines, figuring out which websites show availability for which one. It's just the only way to present that kind of material is in video format. And so I'm really excited about how those are turning out. We've got a huge percentage of the library already built, and it's something that we're going to be updating probably on a weekly basis, releasing new tutorials. And what we add to that library is going to be directly based off of the feedback that we're getting in the Slack community. So it's going to be sort of a cycle where you're essentially participating in a case study where you're creating the resources that you want to see just by telling us about what you need and what will help you succeed. So I think it's going to be a cool learning experience for us as well. And just frankly, it's been really fun to work with the customers that we have on a done-for-you sort of basis. But I think we're overdue, man. I think it's time to really open this up and get this information out to a lot more people. So looking forward to seeing you guys in the membership. And let's talk really briefly before we go.
Let me cut in really quick, though. And so for all the people that are keen on this, you can sign up for this at abroaders.com/membership. You'll see the two plans. You'll see the differentiators with plans. So go ahead, abroaders.com/membership. Get yourself signed up. Join the party.
Awesome. And by the way, just go ahead and cut out what I was saying before. That wasn't really important anyway. So just drop drop AJ in there with the call to sign up. And okay, so all right, so before we sign off today, do you want to talk a little bit about where we're at with the app and what's coming down the pipeline? We got some pretty exciting development.
Yeah, we do, man. We're definitely refining. We're refining what the MVP is going to be and the features and the functionalities, and ultimately this is going to be an app that's going to automate everything that can be automated and store information and present information in an intelligent way to help you get more value out of award travel and keep track of things. So some of the basics that we're going to be launching in version 1 of the app, unless we have a serious revelation, is going to be points kept up to date and tracked in Award Wallet. So we'll integrate with them. Card tracking and offer recommendations in a dashboard rather than in email. So it'll be more visual. It's essentially going to be everything that we offer in our premium service in one spot. And there's going to be particular things that are automated. So you can access things. You just log into the platform and everything is always there. Essentially, your travel hacking life is in one spot, and there's a dashboard. Your travel plans, getting alerts based on your points and where you want to travel. Pricing information for upcoming plans, whether it's a paid flight or mileage cost. And that's ultimately going to give us and give you a bunch of data where collectively we're going to be able to make really great decisions when we learn about trends and more details about the actual valuations of each point and you individually, what kind of value you're getting out of award travel, and essentially close the gaps on any opportunities you're not taking advantage of. If there's other folks in the community making more out of the points they have than you are. And it's going to be really cool to put that all together.
Yeah, it's so fun to like look at this in the spreadsheets and in the different tools that we're using to track right now and just see how much difference there is. Like we absolutely have some kind of baller members in our concierge service that buy business class tickets and they use their points almost exclusively for business and first class. And to sort of realize that, like when the points guy puts out mileage valuations, he's just taking a shot in the dark of sort of what he thinks the points are worth relative to each other. And when we go through and look at this stuff in the sheet and we're sort of mapping out how we're going to create the database that provides this information, we're essentially looking at a scenario where you can see, okay, this is exactly how much I've saved with this type of miles. This is how much these miles are worth to me, sort of what my portfolio balance of points is going to be worth in travel savings. And also, like AJ said, see how you're doing against the rest of the community. So, if you're thinking about redeeming some British Airways miles, you can very easily just take a look and see, okay, what is the paid flight going to cost? How many cents per point am I getting on these miles? And how many cents per point are other people that are like me getting on the same type of miles? And even to the level of people that are traveling within Europe, how are they doing? People that are traveling to Asia, how are they doing? So we're really excited. We've actually got all the data already, and a big part of that data is going to be made available in those reports to the monthly members. But like I said, we're on the verge of building this app. We've got a lot of it mapped out, and we're really excited to complete our CTO search and get this baby up and running and out to the world.
Yeah, man. I'm also pumped up with what you've done in Field Books. You in some kind of way have already done some database architecture. I'd imagine the CTO will be rather pleased to see what is already organized, more or less. It's not done, but I mean this is actually pretty close, and I think we're to get version 1 out in a reasonable time in early 2016.
All right, man. Well, let's get to it. I think that probably wraps up for the content for today's show. One last announcement, and this one's important. If you really are keen on learning advanced strategies for booking and you want to become a master of redeeming points, we have an opportunity for you. We are hiring for our booking team, and so we're looking for people to join the apprenticeship program. We're going to put the link in the show notes, which again for today's show is going to be at abroaders.com/centennial. But the apprenticeship application is once again open, and we're looking for people that want to help us book tickets. So you're going to get live experience booking real award travel and some one-on-one training with the people that are already booking flights on a daily basis on our team. And so if you just want to skip all the self-guided learning and dive right in, we're looking at hiring a couple of people to join the booking team and sort of fast track your booking skills. So if that's something that appeals to you, we would love to hear from you at the apprenticeship application page. And you can kind of jump over a lot of learning and a lot of do it the hard way and get some live instruction from our team and be able to hone that skill set.
Yeah, and that's at abroaders.com/apprenticeship. Show notes for today's episode, the 100th episode of the Abroaders Travel Podcast, can be found at abroaders.com/centennial. People keen on joining the party and being a member of the Abroaders Premium platform, you can go to abroaders.com/membership. We've got a plan, the entry point, $7. That is nothing considering inflation. And we've got $25 a month as well for people that want a couple other things like the video tutorials, the library of resources, and some more personalized stuff on earning points and updates with mileage programs. So that is at abroaders.com/membership. Once again, show notes, abroaders.com/centennial.
All right, let's get a jam. You had an international jam for us, Ben.
This week's international jam is from a true international artist. If you look at her Spotify profile, the top 5 cities of people listening to her is Mexico City, London, Stockholm, Santiago, and Oslo. That artist is Licky Lee. This week's international jam is a track of hers from 2011 that was remixed by The Magician. The track is I Follow Rivers. And if you check out the YouTube video, there's a hilarious amount of Brazilians, a disproportionate amount of Brazilians chiming in on the comments. Enjoy. Safe travels.
Hey Broaders, don't be shy. Hop over to the website and join our email list for exclusive travel hacking content. If you like what we're up to, the best way you can support the show is by leaving us a 5-star review on iTunes. Lastly, we would love to hear from you, so send your show feedback to Eric or AJ at abroaders.com. We will see you next week.